I'm Dr. Telpriore Gregory Tucker. I'm a research associate at Arizona State University, and I got a doctor of chemistry in the chemistry and biochemistry department, and now I work full-time in the School of Molecular Sciences at Arizona State University. Yeah, interesting question here. It reminds me of that movie with Matt Damon, Downsize Me.
Wow, that is wild, isn't it? It's just wild.
Obviously, they're contained in some kind of closed system, like the biosphere I was talking about here in Arizona, where they would have to create their own oxygen because they are humanoid, so that's definitely necessary. Water and I would assume solar power, so for solar energy generation, they would also have to regenerate the air, so from carbon dioxide. Obviously a lot of plant life in there, and that's something Paulo Solari, creating the urban laboratory here in northern Arizona, was a big fan of. One of the first government-used fuel cells, obviously by NASA, was with the alkaline fuel cell. So not only did it produce electrical power, water, but it produced oxygen as well. But then what's so great about the fuel cell, not only can you get that electrical power, but then that water is recycled and purified again, so they could use that for drinking water. Obviously it's a closed system, so they're not losing any mass in there. And I would have to add, since they're contained in a ball, and Braniac was the guy who was supposed to shrunk them down, I'm pretty sure since we didn't know about it, he kind of kept it hidden, so they may not just be on a globe sitting on his desk. Who knows? He could be carrying them around somewhere. So piezoelectric energy, motion energy, and that type of movement can create a power source for them as well. That was my presentation in our science fiction and science fact discussion. I'd like to also talk about energy storage now. We're getting away from your traditional AA and AAA batteries that we're using now, because these batteries have a higher capacity. But right now, lithium ion is king. But we've also seen the advent of supercapacitors. So supercapacitors, that's more of an electrostatic physical mode of energy storage where you can quickly discharge some energy. So hopefully technology for supercapacitors can take off. What is sustainability? And that goes back to short-term and long-term policies in place to limit the depletion of those resources at a certain rate. And now you're talking about the dark side. Since we're in the whole science fiction realm, my mom hit me to these movies when I was young, ZPG. It's called Zero Population Growth. And it was a movie where they're contained in this aftermath of a world under a dome.
Childbearing is herewith forbidden, punishable by death.
So ZPG was nobody was allowed to have any kids because of the amount of resources that they needed. At one point, that was some countries in the world had did that before too. Or in Logan's Run, and these are old movies from the 70s, where unfortunately the even darker side, when you reach a certain age, you have to be put to death.
That must be the look of being old.
So if Kandor found out they were contained within this zone, this bubble, maybe their administration said, hey, we're implementing a martial law of ZPG, zero population growth. These are some of the theoretical possibilities using some of these renewable energy sources.